Hi, hello, this is Giri, teaching 9th Mathematics, the chapter Real Numbers. Here are questions and solutions from exercise 1.1. Now, this is the chapter Real Numbers, the first chapter of the 9th class textbook, and this is exercise 1.2. Question number 1. Classify the following numbers as rational or irrational numbers. The first bit is root 27, second bit root over 441, third bit 30.23234135, fourth bit 7.4848 and so on, fifth bit 11.21324545 and so on, and sixth bit 0.30303003 and so on. We have to classify these following numbers as either rational numbers or as irrational numbers. You see, in each and every case we have given a number and we have to verify whether that number is a rational number or we have to state whether the given number is an irrational number and how. Dear children, when can you say that a number is a rational number and when can you say that a number is irrational number? Okay, good. If a number is in the form of p by q where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0 is a rational number, and at the same time if a number is not rational but it is real, then it is an irrational number. Any real number which is not a rational number is called irrational number. We know that. Here in this case, if you observe the first bit, it is root over 27. Similarly, root 27 you can write this 27 as 9 into 3. Root over 9 into 3 is nothing but root 9 into root 3. What is square root of 9? Square root of 9 is 3. Therefore this root 9 into root 3 is nothing but 3 root 3. Root 27 is equal to 3 root 3. We know that root 3 is an irrational number and 3 is a rational number. Now the product of rational and a irrational number is always irrational. So root 27 is an irrational number. Otherwise, there is a point that if n is not a perfect square number, then root of n is irrational number. If n is a perfect square number like 1, 4, 16, 25 and so on, then root of n, if n is a perfect square, is rational number. In this case, 27 is not a perfect square number. Therefore, it is root 27 is an irrational number. Now look at second bit, root over 441. 441 is nothing but 21 into 21. 21s are 441. Therefore, root over 21 into 21 is 21. You see, square root of 441 is equal to 21. So, it is a rational number. Third bit. In third bit, fourth bit, fifth bit and sixth bit, in these 4 bits we have given decimal numbers. If a decimal number is given, when can I say that a decimal number is rational and when can I say that the decimal number is irrational? You see, if the decimal number is non-terminating, and non-recurring, then it is irrational number. If the decimal number is non-terminating and recurring, then it is rational number. You observe the third bit. We have given 30.23234135 and so on. No part of this decimal digits are repeating. Therefore, it is non-recurring. It is non-terminating and non-recurring decimal. Therefore, it is an irrational number. Fourth bit. 7.484848 and so on. Here this 48, this part is repeating. Therefore it is a non-terminating recurring decimal. Since it is non-terminating and recurring decimal, it is a rational number. We can write this in the form of p by q. Therefore it is a rational number. And fifth bit 11.21324545 and so on. If you observe, this is a non-terminating decimal and at the same time it is non-recurring. No decimal part is repeating, therefore it is non-recurring. Since it is non-terminating and non-recurring decimal, it is an irrational number. Observe 6th bit now. 6th bit is 0.30, 300, 3300, 3 and so on. It is also non-terminating decimal and it is non-recurring decimal, but it is not recurring, it is not repeating. If you observe 30, next to 30 and one more 0 is there, next to 30 and two more zeros are there. Even though this decimal part seems to be in a pattern, but it is not repeating. Of course it is in pattern, but it is not repeating. Therefore it is non-recurring. It is non-terminating and non-recurring, so it is an irrational number. Is it clear? Good. Now let us observe question number 2. Explain with an example how irrational number differ from rational number. I shall repeat. Explain with an example how irrational number differ from rational number. Again, we know that as far as the decimal numbers are concerned, non-terminating and non-recurring decimal number is irrational. Non-terminating and non-recurring decimal number is irrational. And the other two parts of decimal numbers, that are terminating decimals, terminating decimal is a rational number, and non-terminating recurring decimal is also a rational number. You see, non-terminating non-recurring decimal is irrational, whereas terminating decimals and non-terminating recurring decimal number is a rational number. That is the difference between irrational number and rational number. Now let us give an example. Example 0.12, 0.125 or 125.001. All these decimal numbers are terminating decimals. There is an end for all these decimal numbers. Therefore they are terminating decimals. Since they are terminating decimals, they are rational numbers. And 0.333 and so on, and 12.12777 and so on. If you observe these decimal numbers are not terminating, as you have 3 dots at the end. Therefore so on we have to read 0.333 and so on, 12.12777 and so on. Therefore they are not terminating. And at the same time this 3 is repeating here, and here this 7 is repeating. Therefore both these decimal numbers are non-terminating recurring decimal numbers. Since they are non-terminating and recurring decimals, they are called rational numbers. Now another model, 1.2435 and so on, 301.754921 and so on. These two are also non-terminating decimals and no part is repeating, therefore it is non-terminating non-recurring decimal. The first decimal number is non-terminating non-recurring decimal, and second number is also non-terminating non-recurring decimals. Therefore they are irrational numbers. First two cases, terminating decimals are rational numbers, and non-terminating but recurring decimals are rational numbers, and whereas non-terminating and non-recurring decimal numbers are irrational numbers. Understood? Okay. Now see question number 3 now. I shall read. Write an irrational number between 5/7 and 7/9 and how many more there may be. I shall repeat. Write an irrational number that lies between 5/7 and 7/9 and how many more there may be. First of all, irrational. Irrational number means the real number which is not in the form of p by q, or the real number which is not rational is called irrational number. Or in other words, a non-terminating and non-recurring decimal is irrational number. Therefore, in order to give an irrational number between 5/7 and 7/9, what we do is, let us find the decimal value of 5/7. 5/7, if you divide 5/7, you will get 0.714 and so on. And 7/9 is 0.777 and so on. These are the two decimal forms of the given rational numbers 5 by 7 and 7 by 9. Now we have to get an irrational number that lies between 0.714 and so on and 0.777 and so on, so that the decimal number should be non-terminating and non-repeating. You can give any at your choice. We know that a non-terminating and non-recurring decimal number is irrational. So irrational numbers between 0.714 and so on and 0.777 and so on are 0.7157426 and so on, 0.7248295 and so on. You see, if you observe these two given values, these two decimal numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. Therefore, these two are irrational numbers. You need not write the same, but you can write any non-terminating and non-recurring decimals that lies between 0.714 and 0.777 and so on. Then all those such numbers are irrational numbers. Then how many such numbers you can write? Very good. You can write infinite number of irrational numbers. Therefore, there are infinite number of irrational numbers between any two rational numbers, or between any two irrational numbers, or between any two real numbers. Okay? Good. Now, let us see question number 4. Find two irrational numbers that lie between 0.7 and 0.77. Find two irrational numbers between 0.7 and 0.77 and so on. We have to write two irrational numbers. Again, we know that irrational number means non-terminating and non-recurring decimal number is irrational. Let us write the same point first. We know that non-terminating and non-recurring decimal number is irrational. So, irrational numbers between 0.7 means 0.70 and 0.77 are 0.715426 and so on, 0.724825 and so on. You see, we have to write two irrational numbers that lie between 0.70 and 0.77. Two irrational numbers means we may write two decimal numbers which are non-terminating and non-recurring. You can write any of such non-terminating and non-recurring decimals, then there may be infinite number of such irrational numbers. You can write any two at your vision will. Next question now, question number 5. Find the value of square root 5 up to 3 decimal places. I shall repeat. Find the value of square root 5 up to 3 decimal places. Here, let us find the square root of 5 using division method. You see here, in order to find out the square root of 5, let us take 5.000 and so on. You see here 5.0000 and so on. As you have to find 3 decimal places, it is better to take 6 zeros after point. Now, you should go for the square table. Do you know what is meant by square table? You learn table, first table, second table, third table and so on. But what is square table? Square table means 1 into 1 is 1, 2 2 is 4, 3 3 is 9, 4 4 16, 5 5 is 25, 6 6 is 36, like that. That is square table. If you know that square table, then you can do this square root very easy. You see, the integral part of this decimal value is 5. Now verify the square table. You know that 2 2s are 4, which is less than 5, but 3 3s are 9, more than 5. Therefore, take 2 2s 4. Write 1 2 here and another 2 there. Now multiply this 2 with this 2. 2 into 2 is 4. 2 2s 4. Write that 4 under the 5. You may write 4 under the 5, and now you subtract 4 from the 5. Understood? We took the square table and later you verified in which table this 5 may be divided. We know that 2 2s are 4, which is less than 5, but 3 3s are 9, more than 5. Therefore, we took 2 and 2 there and here, and we multiplied 2 2s 4, and you subtract 4 from 5. If you subtract 4 from 5, you will get the remainder 1. The remainder is 1. After getting the remainder 1, from the next time onwards, you have to take 2 digits at the same time. You have to drop down 2 digits at the same time. Whereas in actual division, you may take only one digit like this. But whereas in the finding the square root of a number, you have to take 2 digits at the same time. As you got remainder 1, next write down the next 2 digits, that is zeros. As you are writing these digits, as these digits are after the point, after the decimal place, you keep the decimal place here also. Is it clear? Good. Now we have 2 so far here. Now multiply this 2 with 2 or double this value. Already 2 is here. Multiply this 2 with 2. 2 2's 4. Write 4 here. Now after 4 you have to introduce some digit so that it will be, if you write 0 or if you write 1, you can write 2, you can write 3, you can write 9 also. Now whatever the digit you mentioned here, you have to write the same digit there also. After writing the same digit here and there, you have to multiply this total number with this newly introduced digit. That is, we introduced recently 2. Now we have to multiply this total 42 with this 2. 2 into 42 is 84, which is less than 100. If we write 3 here, then there also you have to write 3. 3 into 43. 3 into 43 will be 129, which is more than 100. Therefore, you cannot take 3, but you can take 2. Right? Is it clear? Now, first of all, we double this 2 and we wrote 4 there. After 4, you have to write or introduce a digit. If we introduce any digit after 4, it will be 40, a number around 40s. If the number is around 40s, whatever the digit you mentioned here, you have to write the same digit there also. And you have to multiply the total number formed by these 2 digits with this newly introduced number. If you write 2, so that it will be 42, and here 2 is there, you have to multiply this 42 with 2. If you write 1 here, there also you have to write 1. 1 into 41 is 41. If you write 2 here and there, then this is 42 into 2 is 84. If you write 3 there, here also you write 3. 3 into 43, 129. As 129 is more than 100, consider the number which is just less than 100, which is in this case is 42. 42 into 2 is 84. You write down that 84 under the 100 and you subtract now. What is 100 minus 84? 100 minus 84, the remainder is 16. Is clear? 100 minus 84, the remainder is 16. Then write down the other 2 digits, the latter 2 digits. That is again 2 zeros, of course. Now it becomes 1600. So far we have 2.2 in this place. In the result place we have 2.2. Forget about the point, forget about this decimal place. We have 22. You multiply this 22 with 2 or you double this value. 22 2's 44. You write 44 here. After doubling the total value that is there so far 22, you got 44. Next you have to introduce a digit just beside 44. If you introduce any digit after 44, it will be 440 and so 440, 441 or 449, up to 449 any number may appear. Now if we write 1, then it will be 441. If we write 1 here, there also have to write 1. 1 into 441 will be 441. The difference between 1600 and 441 is very more. Therefore, you can go for 2. You write 2 and here also 2. If you write 2 here, it is 442 into this 2 is 884. Again, the difference is more. Therefore, we took 3. We took 3 there and here also. Whenever you introduce the 3 after 44, beside 44, you will get 443. 443 into 3 is the product of 443 and 3, you will get 1329. But if we take 4 here and there also, then 4 into 444 is more than 1600. Therefore, we took 3 here and there and we multiplied 443 with 3, so that we got the product as 1329. You subtract 1329 from 1600 and the remainder is, of course, 271. The remainder, when you subtract 1329 from 1600, is 271. Write the next 2 digits. Then it is now 27,100. So far here we have 223. You double 223. If you double 223, you will get 446. Now we have to introduce a digit here and there also, and we have to multiply with the same digit with this total number is to be multiplied. If you write 5, 4,465 into 5 will be less than 27,100. If we write 6 here and there also, then 6 into 4,466 is 26,796, which is just less than 27,100. Like this, we found the square root value of 5 up to 3 decimal places, but we did not get the remainder 0. Therefore, this process is to be carried out. But as we know that root 5 is an irrational number, it is non-terminating and non-repeating. Even if you go for any number of steps, this decimal number is not terminating. Therefore, you can stop after 3 decimal places and you may write down the answer as root 5 is equal to 2.236 and so on. And in the next video, we may learn some more questions on the same model so that you can understand how to find the square root of a number up to 3 to 4 decimal places. If you have still any doubt in finding the square root of this number in division method, you may please rewind this video and use pause button and pause it at regular intervals and try to solve at your own by step, so that you can understand very easy. Or in the next video, I may take up some more problems in the same model. Thank you, Ananda.